Turn the lights down low and the drama up. She's late, she's loud, and she live. Woo! You already know who it is. Shades 2, baby. She back again. Vibe on 10, Shade walk in like we back again. News, tea, jokes and spins. She don't do small talk, she go in. From the headlines to the comment section, she call names with no correction. You tuned in, don't act brand new. It's late night, baby, she got that view.
It's late night with Shade.
She say what she want, and laughs all day. Look on Shade's tube, press replay. You thought I let me back again.
It's late night with Shade.
She say what she want, and laughs all day. Live on Shade's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Popcorn ready, wig on alert. She dropped one line, is somebody hurt? Talk show queen with a side of roast. She run this thing from coast to coast. Late on purpose, still on time. She hit you with shade, then call it a rhyme. Talk smart, talk slick, talk flame. Say the name right, yeah, late night with Shade.
It's late night with Shade.
She say what she want, and laughs all day. Live on Shade's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again.
It's late night with Shade.
She say what she want, and laughs all day. Live on Shade's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. That's right. News, drama, laughs, whatever else you feel like. One mic, one queen. Late night with Shade. On Shade's tube, she back again.
It's late night with Shade.
Yeah, she say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shade's tube, press replay. Now you thought I left, nah, I'm back again.
It's late night with Shade.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shade's tube, press replay. Now you thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Yeah.
What's up? What's up? What's up, you guys? Thank you so much for tuning in to Shades Tube Late Night Owls Talk Time. And tonight, guys, we're going to be talking about Nick Reiner's former roommate and his shocking allegations he made regarding him. You guys are going to get shocked when you hear this. And also, I want to talk about the story of a college student attacked on a bus. All right? So go get you something to drink and relax in bed, seat, or whatever. If you are at work, continue to do your job, or watch or listen to me on the download. Let me go ahead and do this copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. That entire copyright disclaimer is in my description area, and part of it is scrolling across that screen. Guys, if you enjoyed this content tonight, make sure you thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification, share, leave a comment, hype this video up. And if you want to show additional support for the channel, feel free to do a super sticker, super chat, cash app donation at $ShadesTube, or copy yourself a membership for $4.99 per month. All right? All right, so we are getting ready to get started. Let me turn this music on in the background. And excuse the way I'm talking tonight. My daggone tongue is hurting, you guys. I must have bit it or something. Goodness. So I'm going to be talking kind of strange tonight, okay? So excuse that. So let's go ahead and get started because we don't want to be on here too long again tonight because it's kind of late. And I hope you guys had a beautiful Wednesday. Let's go ahead and get this real quick. I think I erased his. Let me put it back up here. Nick Reiners real quick. Okay, so I know you guys have been following that story about Nick Reiner unaliving his father and mother some weeks ago. And I've been updating you guys all the time, you know, when I get additional information. So tonight, And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. Okay, Jermaine, thanks for being here. Welcome to everybody in the bushes, everybody who watched this in the replay. Jermaine, thank you for being here as well. And, if y'all can't stay, because you're sleepy, I'm just glad you came by. All right. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get this done, though, so we can get out of here as soon as possible. What's up, Tony Vance? What's going on? Happy and blessed Thursday to everybody. Okay. So anyway, Nick Reiners, former roommate, made some shocking allegations. Y'all know what he said? He called him a pompous little punk. He said he is not insane. And he said that Nick Reiner hated his parents, allegedly. Okay? So let me repeat that again. His former roommate, okay, called Nick Reiner a pompous little punk who is not insane and has even claimed that he hated his parents. Now, as you guys know, Nick has been charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder in the December 2025 stabbing, unaliving of his parents, Rob and Michelle Reiner. Nick once roommated with Danny Sivlar at a luxury rehab facility in California when they both were 15 years old. Danny, who is a recovering shopping addict, revealed to the Daily Mail that he and Nick, who had been ordered into involuntary mental health conservatorship years before his parents unaliving, had a brief friendship during which they frequently shared their experiences and stories late into some nights. It comes after reports Nick Reiner can't process parents' alleged murder while in custody. Danny claims he even met Nick's parents on many occasions. However, the pair's friendship fizzled out after their explosive fight, an experience that Danny says gave him a true glimpse into Nick's life in mind. Danny, who is now 32, says he witnessed how Rob and Michelle did everything they could for Nick, including spending millions on his recovery at the $60,000 per month Malibu rehab facility. However, he also saw how Nick would rant through the night about how much he effing hated his parents. I believe this dude. I really do. He just had really oppressed anger towards the fame. And that's why, if this is true, that's why he was walking around the party making fun, being sarcastic, asking everybody if they are famous. Danny told the Daily Mail, "I don't know how it is having a father with that level of fame, but regardless of that, Nick had no sense of gratitude, no sense of appreciation. He was just the effing pompous little punk. He just wanted to be out smoking, doing PILLS, doing whatever. His family just wanted him to get help." So, as y'all already know, Nick was in rehab in 2009 for a DRUG addiction treatment, having used heroin around the same time. From the get-go, he was pretty welcoming, pretty funny, Danny recalled. But at the same time, there was this side of him which could just flip. He also said he witnessed Nick attack another teen at the facility. On one occasion, Nick even got angry with him, which led to, their friendship dissolving. Danny said Nick looked like John Travolta's son, Jet, who passed on at age 16, and that set him off. Really? Jet, who was autistic, passed on after suffering from a seizure in the Bahamas in January 2009, the year that Nick and Danny were in the rehab center. He said it kind of turned ugly after that. He definitely tried to get aggressive with me. He tried to get physical, and then a tech had to step in. He was getting into my face and raising a fist. He added that as soon as he saw that Rob and Michelle were unalive, he knew exactly who did it. Nick is accused of stabbing his parents at their $13.5 million mansion in Brentwood, Los Angeles. And that happened on December the 14th. Okay. Now, Danny added that he would hate to see Nick try to plead guilty or not guilty by insanity, when in reality, he told me how much he effing hated his parents, especially his father. I'm gonna tell you straight up, I kind of believe him. Okay, I mean, I don't know if he's telling the truth, but I believe him. I really do. I can see this being the truth. I really could. I mean, talking at night to his roommate, he probably was sharing all types of stuff, and he probably did say all of these things. But still, the night that he unalived his parents, it could have stemmed from the fact that he was completely out of his mind, HIGH to the core, maybe the pills, he was taking, played, had a role in that. We just don't know. You know what I'm saying? We really just don't know. But I tell you what, I definitely believe this ex-roommate. I really, truly do. I mean, when you look at him, you can almost see what the roommate is saying. Well, he said that may be too far back to use in court, though. Just because he said he hated his parents doesn't mean he's not insane. That's true. That is true. I don't know why he says he's not insane. Just because that was like way back when, in 2009, when he was in that rehab. So this is how many years later? 2009, 19, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was 16 now, 17 years later. So, I mean, of course, he could be like, crazy now. He could be nuts now. Just because he wasn't like that then, at least that's what Danny said, it doesn't mean that, throughout the years, it got worse. But I definitely believe what this dude is saying, though. I really do. Let's see. One commenter said, I have said that from the very beginning. He is a manipulative brat who used his drug use and supposed mental illness to get what he wants. He needed a good ass whipping instead of going to all these damn rehabs that just took his parents' money. And he sat there and just laughed in their face about it, knowing damn well he's nothing but a loser and he has his own mind. So I can't wait for this crazy ass pretend crazy to end up in prison, and he will know what crazy he is. Okay. Well, I guess tired of crazies spoke his mind. Okay, from Columbia, Tennessee. All right. And then another commenter said, not every, addicts unalive their parents, or every schizo does it either. I think he looks like a psychopath. I do too. And that one picture where he's making that crazy facial expression with his teeth like that, like he looked like something ain't right upstairs. I'm gonna just be perfectly honest. Okay, let's see what else they got. They said Nick lost fear of his father. Should have nipped that in the bud years ago. Daddy's fault for trying to be a friend more than a father. I love all my children, but I had to take action. I felt to protect myself from a drunken, enraged son some years ago. It taught us both something. I'm totally capable of going there if I need be, 100%. And it taught him Dad would really fight me like I am a complete stranger in the street if need be. I love him, but I'll never accept being threatened or unalive by someone I created with God's help. My life is always paramount. Some kids you put through college, some kids you put through a wall. Always watch your 6 around angry children who want to blame you for their horrible lives due to their horrible decisions making and deafness to advice from the parents through a wall. They go. And then he did a whole picture of putting a child, well, they used the cartoon character, Goofy or something, through the wall. Okay. Somebody said he didn't have oppressed anger. He has suppressed anger. The thing about it, though, we don't really know because we are not his doctors or anything, but I'm just saying, I know how kids talk. Tell him what he said to that dude, but that was when he was 15 years old. Maybe he did say he hated his parents, but just because you hate your parents, though, it doesn't mean that you are going to unalive them. So, like I said, he could have said all of that, but when he did what he did, he could have also been going through some type of, DRUG type of thing, or from that medication he was on, or just plain mental situation, or it could be a combination of all three. Okay, so we won't really know. I mean, the psychiatrist who examined him, clearly probably have some type of clue, but we don't know 100% until he speaks out and acknowledge, what he did and remember why he did it. Right now, he doesn't even really realize what he did or anything. That's what they claim anyway. Okay, so let's go look at a video on this as well and see what they have to say in this video. Let me mute this real quick because my tongue is hurting. And so let me let somebody else talk for me. Oh my gosh. Wait. The show must go on, though, The show must go on. Okay, let me do this real quick. What is this dude's? I forgot his name already. Danny something shit. Let me see his name. Danny Silver or Silver or something like that shit. These hard little names, you guys. Or something else. It may be Villa. It depends on if that S is silent or not. Let's see what he said. So we can pull up an article on him. Okay, that's the theory. I don't know if they have that on here yet. Okay, so let's see. We can look at this one.
Welcome to Bed Crime Stories podcast. I'm your host, T. What's up? Hope you're having a great day. There have been rumors that Nick Reiner, as a teenager, was somewhat of an entitled brat. We know he also has been diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder, and it's hard to separate where is the entitled brat, where does that stop, and where does the schizoaffective disorder start? Is it okay to find fault with somebody who suffers from a mental health disorder? Well, there was an article today in the Daily Mail, and in it, a Wyoming restaurateur named Danny Skilvar, I'm going to call him Danny moving forward because I'm not sure about his last name. He apparently shared a room with Nick Reiner at a luxury rehab facility in California, in Malibu, when they were both 15 years old. This guy said as soon as he saw that Rob and Michelle Reiner had been unalived, he knew exactly who had done it. So Danny is a recovered shopping addict. Apparently, he ran up a bill of $250,000 on his father's credit card. And after that, his mother shipped him off to a rehab in Malibu, California. And lo and behold, who did he meet there? Nick Reiner. Danny said he enjoyed a brief friendship with Nick as they would lay awake at night, exchanging stories. And Danny also met the Reiners on several occasions. Apparently, they had an explosive fight at this rehab, which, by the way, was a $60,000 a month rehab facility in Malibu, as I said. Danny, who is now 32, like Nick Reiner, said that he saw how Rob and Michelle did everything they could for Nick, spending millions on his recovery, yet Nick would rant through the night about how much he effing hated his parents. This Danny guy told just had really oppressed and the fame. He's quoted as saying this: "I don't know how it is having a father with that level of fame, but regardless of that, Nick had no sense of gratitude, no sense of appreciation. He was just an effing pompous little punk. He just wanted to be out, smoking pot, doing pills, doing whatever, and his family just wanted him to get help," end quote. So Danny met Nick in the summer of 2009. Nick was his first roommate at that rehab. Danny said from the get-go, Nick was pretty welcoming, pretty funny, but at the same time, there was another side of him which could just flip. For instance, Danny witnessed Nick allegedly attack another teen at the facility. And on one occasion, Nick directed his rage toward Danny, which is what resulted in their separation. What triggered this fight, apparently, is that Danny compared Nick to John Travolta's son who had died. That would be Jet Travolta. Apparently, this set Nick off. Danny said at one point they had a good rapport, but then he was like, "Oh my God, that's who you remind me of, Jet Travolta." And this is when things turned ugly. Nick got a...
I don't know why he got mad about that. I guess he got mad about that because John's son was autistic. But that doesn't mean he is autistic. I mean, come on now. They do look alike. They resemble.
Aggressive with him, allegedly. Nick tried to get physical with Danny, and then a tech had to step in because Nick was getting in his face and raising a fist. Danny said that when they were still talking and they were sharing a room, they would talk at night after the lights went out. And some of the things that Nick said really upset Danny. He's quoted as saying this: "Because I'm a 15-year-old boy in the same room as somebody with a crazy addiction, it was very, very chilling, but also a crazy new experience for me," end quote. Anybody else find it strange that a shopping addict was put in the same room with a drug addict? That just doesn't seem like a good idea. Shopping is one thing, and I know it could get him in a lot of trouble with $250,000 spent, but somebody with an addictive personality, could they be coaxed into using drugs after talking to a drug addict? I don't know. I think it's a possibility. $60,000 a month rehab. Can't they find another room for the shopping addict? So Danny apparently left the rehab after 2 months, and he never spoke again with Nick. But Danny did stay in touch with some other people from the rehab, and that's when he learned that Nick had relapsed and was sent to another facility in Utah. But Danny did admit that he heard that Nick was doing great in 2015 when he was doing work associated with the film that he co-wrote, Being Charlie. It sounds like Nick began going downhill after the film was completed. Danny said whether he relapsed or whatever it was, his mental disorder, I don't know. But as soon as I saw that Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle were unalived, I knew exactly who it was, meaning who had done it, allegedly. Danny said he felt, quote, chilled to the bone, end quote, by the crime. And he texted some of their old mutual friends from the Malibu facility. And Danny said that everybody knew it was him. Everybody knew that Nick had to be the perpetrator. Danny also told the Mail that he wants people to know that Rob and Michelle loved Nick and that they did everything they could for him. Danny said that a lot of the kids in the rehab, their parents didn't seem to really care about them. They didn't show up for group family therapy or other therapy sessions, but Rob and Michelle were always there. Danny said Rob Reiner even played Frisbee with him. And Danny said Nick really had no reason to hate his parents the way he did. And Danny felt that the hatred was really surrounding the fame, his father's fame. That seemed to cause a lot of Nick's problems. It is very strange that you have parents like Rob and Michelle Reiner who were giving Nick $10,000 a month allowance when he's 32 years old. But again, they knew he was diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder. So they're trying to support him on the one hand, but on the other hand, he acts out toward them. He hates them, allegedly. He got physical with other kids at the rehab. What came first, the drug addiction or the mental health problem? Was he using drugs to self-medicate, or was he always kind of a spoiled brat who decided?
I've been using the drugs because a lot of people who have mental stuff claim the drugs helps them to control certain things, like with schizophrenia and paranoia. Schizoparanoia. What is that called? Paranoia something. They claim they help with that, but then when I researched it, it says something, different. I think it said that it can help with certain types, but for the other ones, it doesn't. It may make it worse. So, I mean, I don't know which one happened to him first, if he had mental situations going on, or was it the D abuse first? I don't know. They didn't say, but if it was the mental thing first, then he might have started using just because of the mental stuff, and because it depends on what he's suffering with, or what he was suffering with back then. It might have seemed like it helped him, but in reality, it may have made it worse. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Let's finish listening to her, though.
Decided to dabble in drugs, and then the drugs got a hold of him. And when the parents said you have to go to rehab, Nick didn't like it very much, because we've heard that he doesn't like rules or having to do what other people tell him to do. I find it hard to see him as a sympathetic character. I've heard other channels say, well, it's unfair to call him a Nepo baby. Well, I'm sorry, he is a Nepo baby. And maybe if he hadn't received so much love and so much money and so much attention from his parents, maybe if he had the opposite experience, maybe then he would have appreciated his parents. Another article I read today said that Nick Reiner right now, that he's been in a delirious state since the crime against his parents, that he appears almost childlike in jail. Harvey Levin of TMZ has said he can't process the consequences of what he's done. He knows what he did. He just can't understand where he is right now. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please smash the like button, please.
That's crazy, you guys. He looks like something ain't right in that picture right there. I'm telling you straight up. Okay, but the thing is that it's a sad situation. You know what I'm saying? Not being appreciative of your parents, disliking your dad. And like I said, he was 15. If he did say that, he might have said it because he was so young and he was mad at them for taking him to that rehab. That's probably why he said that. It doesn't mean that, he intentionally, unalived them like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he unalived them, but I'm saying, how some kids purposely go out to unalive their parents. No, I think that maybe, his mental stuff in the drugs that he could have possibly been on, it may have definitely played a role in everything. Now I do believe he probably was, spoiled and not, what do you call that? Entitled and things like that. I do think he was that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you can almost tell. But his ex-roommate does not think he is insane. And I don't know why he feels like that. Like I said, like he said, they roommated for a minute. So he talked to him all the time at nighttime. So don't tell him, don't tell him what was going on and what Nick told him. But something gave him that opinion. And he said he heard him say the stuff about his dad, his parents, especially his dad. So again, something gave his roommate that opinion about him. Okay? So y'all tell me what y'all think about that. Sad. Let me say this. I want to see this. Read this. Hold on for a minute, y'all. Okay. Okay, so let's see what else I got. Here on this man. So that was an interesting story right there about what his ex-roommate said. So they definitely, I told you the other day that they said he was out of his head. He just wasn't aware of certain things, basically to process everything. So how do you know that you are alive with your parents, but you can't process it? So let me see what that means. Hold on for a minute. All right. How would someone know they unalive their parents, but they can't process it? What does that mean? Hold on. They got the wrong thing here. Okay, let me put this up here. I couldn't say it out loud on the tape. Okay, let's see what they said. No, they're not answering the question right. I guess he can't. When they say he can't process it, maybe they mean that he can't understand it. Why he? Maybe they mean he can't understand why he unalived his parents. He knows he unalived his parents, but he can't understand why he did it. Okay, maybe that's what that means. Anyway, y'all tell me what y'all think about this. Do y'all believe this roommate, or you think he's jealous himself, or you think he's making up some things, or you believe him? Okay, and the thing is, everything the roommate is saying could be true, but at the same time, that was way back when he was 15. Now this dude is like, what, 32? That's a long time ago. So things could have definitely changed. Nick Reiners is he definitely has some mental situations going on, and that could have possibly played a huge role into what he did to his parents, along with maybe his medication, side effects, or if he was on drugs, or it can be all of that stuff. Okay, so I will keep you guys updated regarding this case and any other information that I get regarding Rob's son, Nick Reiners. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and get to the let me go get up this little thing. Get to my next story real quick. Okay, let me go ahead and change the header. What did you say? I think he's telling the truth, but not sure it matters, right? I mean, I don't think it's gonna matter because, like I said, they did the mental health evaluation, and they know that he's schizo, and I think something else. And he also looking at the possibility that the new drug, the new medication he took, could play a role in it as well. So it is what it is. And like I said, I will keep you guys updated. Next, I want to tell you guys about this other story. Let me put this header up there real quick and take him down. Let's see here. So let's take Nick off here. Okay, let's see what this story is. This is about the college student who was hold on. Let me get it. Oh man, let me find it. Did I tell y'all Lamar Odom was arrested again in Las Vegas? He was DUI again, okay? That is plainly crazy. Okay, let's see here. They also said that tuna recall is potentially fatal. All right, so I think I told y'all what tuna fisher was the other day, but y'all better go to Google and type in tuna recall, and then make sure you don't have this Genova yellowfin tuna and extra virgin olive oil, and then they got the 4-packs of that, the 4-packs of it. And they got the single cans of it. Okay, so Just, type it on Google, tuna recorder, and everything will pop up, okay? So let me see. Let me go to the story now. I have to find it first, so be patient. Let me look for it. Got what I did with it. All this stuff is on my phone, man. Where's the daggone thing? I was just looking at it not too long ago. I just forgot where it's at. Let's see. I know I'm just passing it up. Let's see. Yep, they say in this article right here, while I'm looking for this other article, that he hated being under someone's thumb. So he didn't like being told what to do or anything else. Nick Reiner did. So that's probably the reason why he didn't want to go to that rehab. Because he definitely didn't want them to tell him what to do. That's probably why he said, like I said before, that is probably why he said he hated his parents, okay? Back when he was 15. Because of that right there. And that's to be expected, because a lot of kids would probably say that if, they were thrown into rehab and didn't want to go, All right, so now we're going to talk about this college student, okay? Okay, so here we go. Okay, let's see here. Let me take this down. Let me stop sharing. It'll take them off the screen. So a college student was gang raped on a bus in a filmed attack that led to the arrest of 3 people, including the driver. So this happened over there in another country too, but I still just want to tell you the story. That is crazy, man. So they said the woman boarded a bus around 11:45 p.m. on Wednesday. All right. There were 2 other passengers on the bus at the time, but they got off, After finding the woman alone, the driver of the bus and his assistant allegedly raped the girl. And then they filmed it on a cell phone. The driver drove the bus around several roads throughout the night and threatened to share the video on social media if the woman called for help. They also allegedly stole the woman's phone and earrings. That's crazy. So the bus stopped at 12:15 p.m. on Thursday. A highway police patrol approached the bus and the woman claimed that she had been attacked. So the victim was described as a 26-year-old married student attending a government college in that country. So police rescued the woman and quickly arrested the driver and his 2 assistants. The men were taken to the police station and the bus was also seized. And the officer in charge did say the driver and his associates would be prosecuted. They said preparations are underway to file a great case in this incident. Shut. I know y'all hear me on a lie. And further legal action will be taken. Sorry about that, you guys. So, that's pretty bold. And that's why I wanted to talk about this story, even though it's like here. But that's pretty bold to rape a lady on the moving bus. And the bus driver, is one of the people who did it, along with his assistant. That's pretty damn bold. Okay, hold on, let's see. You said, but the fact that he was in a room with a shopping addict tells me that initially his condition was believed to be that serious. It wasn't believed to be that serious since he was in there with a shopping addict. That's what you mean. Yeah, I don't know. Don't tell him. No telling. So let's getting back to that. Um, like I said, these dudes got a lot of nerves in this situation. Um, Raping this woman on a damn bus, and then he doing it, and it's his job. That's crazy. The whole story is just crazy. Somebody said I remember this happening in Mexico. Okay, well it can happen anywhere, honestly. Okay. A lot of people are being racist. They're like, you want these people in the U.S.? Well, the thing is that you have rapists everywhere. Okay, people do weird stuff everywhere like this. But they damn was brave, and they were, and obviously they knew they could get away with it, because how the hell are you gonna be at work, stop your job to go rape one of the passengers that's on your bus? That's weird. Somebody said, sadly, you will hear about this more often. They said, this person said she said, no, she says many have happened in Philadelphia some years back. But common sense should tell anyone with the way things are going now in this world and country. It's clearly like the pages of prophecy being played out. Okay, then she started quoting those scriptures. She said she heard a story about a man pushed a woman in a wheelchair down and raped her. Another one, a senior in her 70s, was raped by a staff worker in his 20s. See, and this here in America. So the thing is that this can happen anywhere. Witness. Mm-mm. And then we heard about the woman at the ATM machine who was great. I don't know if I told y'all about that, who was gang great. And she just passed away. I think I actually got that story. Let me just tell y'all about it real quick. I got that on my phone. Hold on, let me see. Because it was like two of them. It was that one right there. And then it's another one. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Hopefully I didn't erase it, because I did tell you guys about it. I might have taken it off. Let's see. I think I took that one off of my phone so I won't repeat it. But I know I told you guys about her. I don't remember the story completely. See, I took that one off because I went over it briefly. Let's see, yeah. Man, I always be taking stuff off of my daggone thing. Okay. Let me see if I can look that one up real quick and see. What time is it? Let me hurry up too, because we only got a couple more minutes left. Yeah, they crazy. I think I told y'all about this though. Let's see. Oh yeah, that was also in India. But she passed on due to complications arising from prolonged physical and psychological trauma. So the rape itself played a role in it too. And then probably the psychological trauma she experienced, being gang raped, that played a role in it. Yeah, she was trying to, I told you guys about this, right? Because I told you it was in a different country. She was trying to withdraw money from an ATM, okay? That's the day I told you guys to stop going to ATM machines by yourself and gas stations and stuff at nighttime and super early in the morning. That's what I said. Then I told you a story about a lady here who went to get gas at night, and some dudes and a woman pulled up in the car, and they forced her either into their car, I think it was in their car, and they took her to the ATM machine, made her withdraw money, and then they unalived her and threw her body out in this mountain area. Yeah. So I told you guys about this right here. So yeah, she was handed over to armed, assailants, taken to multiple locations in Great. And this victim never fully recovered from the severe physical injuries, including uterine complications and deep psychological trauma, PTSD, inflicted upon her. So she passed on while undergoing treatment. And that was nearly 3 years after the assault. So that's the one they're talking about. They need to protect their women, though, more, better there in India and other countries, because for a bus driver and his assistant to stop the bus to grape her, and then while the bus is moving, I guess they was taking turns. That's plain and ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't even make any sense. It's like this one. She was at the ATM machine, and these dudes did this to her. She was only 20 years old. And that happened in May 2023. And so in 3 years, she couldn't get through that trauma or anything. You see what I'm saying? That's She had uterine complications, and that's probably what really did her in right there. Because PTSD, it's probably the uterine complication that really did her in. Anyway, my condolences are expressed out, to her family, in my prayers. And then my prayers are extended out to the other lady I was talking about who got raped on a moving bus, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's weird. Let's see what else we got here. People are nuts. Y'all got to tell me what y'all think about that story. Y'all know yesterday when I told y'all about Michael Jackson's chimpanzee, I was so happy to hear that he's doing, good, and he's 42, 43 years old. It was a good update on his chimp and stuff. And I was glad to happy to see, that they are taking care of him, and he's looking, good, and he's enjoying the rest of his life. That's good. St. Laurent, why are you doing all that? So I just told y'all about Lamar Odom, who was arrested in Las Vegas. I don't know if I told y'all this the other day, but yeah, he was under the suspicion of DUI. Look at that. So he was arrested earlier on Saturday, January the 17th, on a DUI charge, as well as 2 traffic violations. We thought this dude was done with the alcohol and the DRUGS. Clearly, he must have had a rebound or something. Because, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Back in 2019, a book that he did, I guess, he talked about how he almost overdosed on the white stuff and alcohol and cannabis in a Las Vegas brothel in 2015. Okay, he almost passed on. I think I told y'all about this the other day because I remember reading that. Yeah, because he said his heart stopped twice. He had 12 seizures and 6 strokes. He said his lungs collapsed and his kidneys ruptured. He was on life support. Yeah. So you would think after you experience that, you wouldn't even want to smoke or drink yourself into intoxication. Just, it's just weird when people know that stuff is bad for them, they will continue to smoke it or drink it or whatever the case is, just to get their little HIGH on. The thing about somebody said 12 years before another arrest, I think he did great. The thing is that we don't know if he was doing great, because just because he didn't get caught before, it doesn't mean that he is D-free or not drinking alcohol anymore. We don't know that for sure. He just was blessed and never got caught. You know what I'm saying? Until now. So it is what it is. My prayers are sent out to him, though. I hope he get his stuff together and get off that stuff, before something really bad goes down. You know what I'm saying? All right. So one more story, and then we get ready to get out of here. We almost been on here for an hour. It's time to go. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Did I tell you about this man who allegedly lured two girls ages 10 and 16 from their home by using online game Roblox chat feature? And that's not a good thing, man. I mean, damn, you would think kids couldn't be tricked anymore, since so many kids have done this, and you would think parents are schooling their kids regarding, people who do this on the social media. So these two girls were missing for about a week, you guys, but they were found alive at a bus terminal in Mexico City. So let's see. So they claim this man contacted the two minors through the online game Roblox. I mean. So let's see. So one of the little girls, and her name is Mary, she's 16, and Sabine is 10. So they were located at a major bus terminal in Mexico City after being missing for about a week. So an investigation found that a man allegedly chatted with the minors via Roblox, which prompted them to leave their home and go meet this dude. That's tripped out. So they received information from a family member, and that's how they found the two girls. That's crazy. And they left on their own because this man encouraged them to leave. Okay, now tell them what he told these little girls. That's crazy. Again, parents, you better school your kids and let them know don't be mean people online and telling them personal information or anything. I don't care if they do tell you they're the same age as you. So let's see what some of these people are saying. Somebody said, once again, parents need to monitor their children online activities. If you never allow your child to start playing these games, this won't happen. It can still happen because, a lot of kids get snatched up at the parks, walking down the street and things of that nature. You just got to school your kids. You know what I'm saying? Because, things can happen anywhere, period. Well, let's see this. So yeah. So just the key thing is just monitor your kids' activity on social media and just put some type of parental, safety measurements there and stuff. All right. So anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let me know what y'all think about these stories I went over tonight. Nick Reiner's former roommate making those shocking claims about Nick Reiner. Also, the college student who was attacked on the bus. Let me know what you think about that as well. And I don't think that was it. It was something that came on to tell you how to get some extra money. But I'll tell you guys about that tomorrow because I don't know where I did. I don't know where I put that at. It may be on my other phone. All right. So y'all have a blessed night, and I will see y'all tomorrow night with another This Reaction. Hold on, I'm giving you the wrong daggone name. Okay. Let me take all this down first. Shay's Tube Late Night Owls Talk Time. Okay, you guys. Thanks to Jermaine and Tony Beans over here in the chat. I appreciate y'all. Tony, you have a good night at work. If you are at work. Thanks to all the people who are watching in the bushes and people who watch this in the replay. Don't forget the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. And hit the bell notification so you can be notified of any upcoming videos. Make sure you share and leave a comment. If you want to show additional support, feel free to do a super sticker, super chat, cash app donation at $ShadesTube, or copy yourself a membership for $4.99 per month. Again, you guys have a blessed night. Check out my other videos, my Dollar Tree haul that I just did yesterday, my YouTube shorts, my night owl, other night owl lives, country wayne reaction lives, and my news reaction that I do Monday through Friday at around 10, somewhere around that time, but it's pre-recorded, so check that out too. All right? Y'all have a blessed night, sweet dreams, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Yo, turn the lights down low and the drama up. She's late, she's loud, and she live. Woo! You already know who it is. Shay's Tube, baby. She back again. Mic hot, crowd lit, vibe on 10. Shay walk in like we back again. News, tea, jokes and spins. She don't do small talk, she go in. From the headlines to the comment section, she call names with no correction. You tuned in, don't act brand new. It's late night, baby, she got that view.
Late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's Tube, press replay. You thought I lacked game, we back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's Tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Popcorn ready, wig on alert. She dropped one line and somebody hurt. Talk show queen with a side of roast. She run this thing from coast to coast. Late on purpose, still on time. She hit you with shade, then call it a rhyme. Talk smart, talk slick, talk flame. Say the name right, yeah, late night with Shay.
Late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's Tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's Tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. That's right. News, drama, laughs, whatever else you feel like. One mic, one queen. Late night with Shay. Shay's Tube, she back again.
It's late night with Shay.
Yeah, she say what she want and laughs all day.